name is Stacey Flowers, and in this video I'm going to be talking to you guys about how I stay motivated. So if you're interested in hearing how I stay motivated, please keep watching. The number one way that I stay motivated is I expect resistance. And what I mean by that is I literally prepare myself for some sort of resistance that's going to show up. Now, I'll never know what the resistance is going to look like, but I do understand that anytime I'm working towards something, which typically requires motivation, is that there's energy that I'm putting out to move forward, progress, achieve, etc. Anytime you're doing work, there's going to be an equal opposite energy, and that equal opposite energy is called resistance. And the resistance isn't personal, the resistance isn't a sign, the resistance just is what it is. It is the equal opposite energy that is coming towards whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. So the number one way that I stay motivated is I expect resistance. So whether that is me trying to stay motivated on my health goals, that's me trying to stay motivated on my creative goals, that's me trying to stay motivated on my business goals, the number one thing is that I expect resistance. And when I meet resistance, I say, hello, old friend, thanks for confirming that I'm on the path. And then I just keep going. So the second thing that I do to stay incredibly motivated is that I count the small wins. And again, that's something that you guys will have noticed in me tracking my budgets. You see me give myself really incredible grades because my income has gone up by $50 to $100. You see me give myself incredible grades because instead of going over on several budget categories, I'm over on just a few budget categories. But I'm that way across the board. Like in terms of my mental health, like when I first was very, very sick, like, and it was super, super dark, and I couldn't get out the bed, and like I couldn't get out the bed, like what I would do to track my wins in terms of me getting healthier would be for me to lie in the bed and for me to express gratitude. And I would literally go from the tip of my eyelashes to the bottom of my toes, and I would just be like, I'm so happy and grateful for my eyelashes. I'm so happy and grateful my eyes are still blinking. I'm so happy and grateful for this breath. And I would literally every single day just go day by day down my body expressing gratitude. And I did that until the point where I felt safe and comfortable enough to actually like move my body and get up, and then I would express gratitude for that. And that to me is a small win. Like if you are on a mental health journey and you are dealing with any serious mental health conditions and it's debilitating, it's good to be able to count the small wins because those add up, right? Like once I started moving my body on a regular basis, then I was grateful that my legs still work. I was grateful that my arms work. Once I started talking, I'm grateful that my voice box works. Like then once I was expressing enough gratitude for that, I was able to actually get out of the house, and I was grateful that I got out of the house. I remember in the season when I was sick, when spring broke, and you know, in spring the weather goes up and down. Sometimes it rains, sometimes it's sunny outside, and I was so deep in the depression that like when the weather was bad, like it was like my fault, you know, it was an issue. And I remember one time it was raining and I really wanted to go to the library, and it was raining outside, and I like put on my clothes and I was ready to go outside, and I like got to the ledge of the door and I was getting ready to walk out, and as I was getting ready to walk out, I saw the rain and I stepped out and I went to the library anyway. And the whole entire way there, I was just like, I am so happy and grateful that I stepped out in this rain. I am so happy and grateful that I now know that the weather is not my fault. The weather is not personal. And so that's an example of like counting the small wins from a mental perspective. So the idea with the second way that I stay motivated is I literally count every single small win from where I am to where I want to be. There are a million, thousand teeny tiny steps, and every single one of those get counted. The third thing that I do to stay motivated is I write down my goals and my intentions. And whenever I'm feeling stuck or whenever I'm feeling overwhelmed, I go back to, or even if whenever I'm feeling like jealous or like in comparison, and I guess it's easier to see this with like weight loss, just because like weight loss, like if you go on Instagram, it's just like everybody has a bad body except for you, right? But what I tend to do so that I don't get like lost in comparing myself to other people or feel like I'm stuck at a plateau is that I will go back to my journal and I'll say, okay, Stacey, first of all, this is your intention. This is really what you're trying to achieve. So while you over here jealous about her abs and, you know, all of these other features that you have no desire for at this time, like remember what it is that you said that you wanted. And that always brings me back to the present moment. It always brings me back to exactly what it is that I want. Or even like, for example, with the YouTube channel, like, you know, I put a lot of personal information and numbers in regards to my budget out there, and not everybody has something positive to say. And so that I don't get lost in the comments or stuck in the negativity that could be stirred up around what I'm choosing to share, I always go back and I refer, okay, what was your intention when you started this journey? Regardless of what people believe about it, regardless of what people are saying about it, what is your intention? And I write it down, because if you don't write it down, there's gonna come a point where like momentum will kick in, right? And the momentum is carrying you from one place to another, and you may forget, hey, the reason why I'm really doing this is because of this. I understand this momentum is carrying me over here, but the true reason why I'm doing this is because of this. And so every intention that I have, every single goal that I have is written down, so I never ever forget why I'm doing what I'm doing and what it is exactly that I'm trying to do. So that's the third way that I stay motivated, and it helps. And I write everything down in my Moleskine journal, which many of you guys have asked about this journal, and so all of that information is in the description box. So just check out the description box and you'll be able to connect right to it. It's favorite journal of all time. The fourth thing that I do is that I pray and I meditate. And I know that this doesn't necessarily seem like it immediately works towards something that would keep you motivated, but prayer and meditation just gives me perspective, right? Like sometimes when we're feeling unmotivated, or sometimes when we are feeling like stuck or blocked or whatever it is that's like draining us of our motivation, it has oftentimes a lot to do with us making ourselves too big and us being tunnel vision and focused on me, my, I issues. And what prayer and meditation does is it gets me outside of myself so that I can have enough of a perspective to be like, okay, Stacey, first of all, it's not your responsibility to hang the sun tomorrow. There's a whole other organizing, amazing intelligence, like God is out here doing amazing things on your behalf. So let's have a little bit of perspective on what it is that you're trying to do. So prayer does that to me. It allows me to reverence something greater, bigger, higher than myself. But meditation allows me to just quiet my mind and all the negativity that's like swirling around, that's suggesting that I won't be able to make it, that's saying that I won't be able to get there. It's just like simmer all of those negative voices, because what I've learned is that you may not necessarily be able to completely stop all negative self-talk, but you can turn the volume down, and meditation is an excellent way to be able to do that. So that is the fourth way that I stay motivated, is I daily, in my daily routine, in my morning routine, and in my evening routine, there is prayer and meditation. Fifth thing that I do is I do something every single day to advance towards my intentions. And you all know that I set 7 intentions at the top of the year when I do my vision board. And each of these intentions, I look at them every single day when I'm looking at my vision board. And then after I look at them, I think about something that I can do to move towards. So you guys, many of you all know that like my 2018 goal that I'm focusing on right now is to save my $500 emergency fund. So every single day, for the most part of this month, I do something small to move towards that goal. And it could be anywhere between, like, I have a little jar where if I see coins or anything like that, I'm putting coins in that jar. It's also me coming and me sharing daily content here on my channel, because I'm understanding that that is creating a revenue stream. It's also me creating products and services that will be available to people who have already begun to invest in my company now that it's open again. Every single day I do something small or big to advance towards every single one of my intentions. And if you think about it, I'm only wrapping my mind around 7 intentions because I can understand how people can get overwhelmed, right? Because that's one of the reasons why we don't stay motivated, is because we're terribly overwhelmed with all of the things, the different things that we're moving towards. But if you take the time, the few hours a day or in a weekend to organize your thoughts, visualize them on a vision board, and then write out a simple statement for each of your intentions, for the year, you're fairly organized. And then inside of those intentions, you can do like I've done with my financial income intention and create smaller goals. But even then, I'm still very clear, very focused, and there's not a lot of everything going on all over the place. It's sort of very natural for me to advance towards doing something every day for my intention. But I stay motivated because then I feel like every single day I am making progress, I am succeeding. And you know, that wraps into the idea of counting those small wins. The 6th thing that I do, and this is really important, so I want you guys to hear me. The 6th thing that I do to stay motivated is I only do what I want to do. I don't do what I should do. And I want to clarify that a little bit. Like, a lot of people are running around setting goals for what they should be doing. Like, you know, I'm a mom, therefore I should be this. I'm an entrepreneur, therefore I should be this. I'm a student, therefore I should be this. I'm a dad, I'm a whatever role it is that you are fulfilling right now. And based on that role, you are carving out goals and intentions. One of the reasons why people are chronically unmotivated is because so many people are setting goals and intentions around things that they think that they should be doing, as opposed to setting goals and intentions around the things that you want to do. When you do something that you want to do, you are internally motivated. You're naturally inspired. There's an energy about, there's a creation that naturally stirs inside of you to get things done. When you aren't, when you're doing something that you don't want to do, but you should do, it takes so much more work to stay motivated. And so a lot of people are probably like, okay, well, the reason I need to stay motivated is because I have to do stuff that I don't want to do. But I don't necessarily think that that's true. I think that sometimes we go above and beyond what we want to do, if we just set the intention or the goal to do what we want to do, we would get those other outcomes that we want. So for example, a few people watch my video about the 5 habits and they're like, yeah, I should drink more water. You're right. I'm going to get back to 8 glasses of water a day, which I encourage you to definitely build up to that. But in the comments, I'm telling people, just start with 1 glass of water a day. 1 glass of water a day is better than no glasses of water a day. And you should maybe do the 8, but what if you just, because you watched the video, you were inspired enough and now you want 1. So go for 1. Do 1 consistently for 7 days. Then do 2 consistently for another 7 days. Then do 3. Then build up. But it's like when you put all this pressure on, like, I should do this and I should be this way and you have all of these intentions and goals that are encased in shoulds, you will naturally lack the motivation to keep going. Like, I'm not paying off debt because that's what I should be doing. I'm paying off debt because that's what I want to do. Like, I want to do it because of the lifestyle that I want to have, not because I should, not because of all of the other reasons why I could be externally motivated. It's like, no, I really want to do this. And every time that I show up, you guys see something different in me than other people who are doing it because that's what they should do. That is the 6th thing that I do. I really focus on, like, honing in on my interests and desires and plans and goals and intentions, and I refine them until I really figure out what it is that I want, and then I go after what it is that I want versus what it is that I should want. The 7th and final thing that I do to stay incredibly motivated no matter what it is that I'm doing, and or especially when I'm going after audacious things, is that I leverage my strengths. I am a very self-aware person, like, and a lot of that just has to do with the profession that I'm in. I love personal growth and development. I love getting on the stage and inspiring people to create real happiness. Like, doing the work of being a professional speaker, being a motivational speaker is incredible work. And with me being in that field of study, I have consumed so many different texts. I have taken so many different inventories, personality assessments. I'm a person who has examined myself and inventoried myself so that way I can better live my life, but also better serve the people that I'm called to serve. So for example, on this debt-free journey, this is a huge, incredibly difficult, hard thing to do. But in order for me to stay motivated and intrigued and interested in completing this, like, I had to leverage my strength. But in order for me to do that is I had to know what my strengths were. So the first thing that I had to accept and acknowledge was that, you know what, Stacey, you're a student, you are learning, you have not yet mastered this, so you need to put yourself in the best position as a student. And I know that I learn best through talking out loud. Like, that is how I learned. If you ever, like, were in a college class with me, I was always like, me, call on me, because I need, like, when my professor was talking to me, like, I needed to say something out loud to him or her and have them say something back out loud to me in order for me to process what I had read. So I said to myself, you're going to take the strength of speaking and you're going to use that to leverage your desire to maintain and follow through on this audacious goal that you set for yourself. And it's totally working out for me. But I had to be self-aware enough to know, hey, Stacey, this is what your strength is. And I remember when I first started the journey, like, I really, the very first time I went on it, I really wanted to blog about it. And but writing isn't a natural strength. It's something that I enjoy doing, but it's not as natural to me as speaking. And so writing worked until it got really hard. But this, even when it's hard, I still can gather the strength to come on and share something, even when it's difficult, because this is just something that I naturally do well. So in terms of staying motivated, it's important for you to inventory yourself, figure out those things that you are naturally capable of doing. When you're trying to stay motivated to do anything, it's going to get hard, right? My number one thing was like, expect resistance. It's not easy to do amazing things, and I don't think it should be it shouldn't be easy to be amazing. It should be work. And I think that we have gotten into the habit of wanting epic, amazing, extraordinary things to be easy, and we're looking for the easy button, and we're looking for the 5-step strategy to make it easier for us. And it's just like, that's not how any of this works. The way that it works is that one way, or at least one way that it works for me in terms of staying motivated, so that I can be amazing, so that I can do something extraordinary, so I can achieve my intentions and reach my goals, is for me to say, all right, this is what you're good at. This is what we're going to leverage. How can we take what you're good at and add it to something it is that you're trying to do, so that way, when it gets tough, you fall back on that which you're good at, and you keep winning over and over and over. So for those of you in the comments who asked me how I'm able to stay motivated, this is 100% how I'm able to stay motivated, and I hope that these 7 tips help you. So until next time, I will talk to you all very soon.